Do you reload a lot to keep your firepower ready? Ever start reloading only to get interrupted by an enemy ambush and then have to start reloading all over again? It's even worse when you're using a shotgun at close range. You have to wait for every shell to finish loading before you can fire again. These little issues mess with the flow of gameplay, especially in first-person mode, where even a small hiccup can feel very clunky. Today, we'll start with the fundamentals of reload design, then move into weapon animation and the integration of skills and gunplay to show how Farlight 84 reimagined the shooting experience to deliver satisfying combat. Picture this: you're in a fierce gunfight. You just popped in a new mag, but an enemy suddenly charges at you. After barely escaping and taking cover, you try to reload again, only to find you're starting from scratch. It feels like the mag you just inserted never existed.
Farlight 84 focuses on high-mobility gameplay that needs to feel fast and smooth. Often, you need to cancel a reload to take another action. To make that work, we enhance the reload system by splitting the animation into multiple stages for smoother and more flexible transitions. Key actions like removing or inserting a mag are now saved as progress checkpoints. For example, if you've already removed the old mag and the reload gets interrupted, the next time you reload, it will resume from that point and go straight to inserting the new mag.
Now, you don't need to restart the process every time. You continue from where you left off. This system also solves another issue: single-shell shotgun reloads. In many games, shotguns have long reload times, requiring your character to load each shell one at a time. Even if you can interrupt the reload to fire, there's usually a follow-up animation that causes a delay. That kind of delay goes against the fast-paced, satisfying combat experience we're aiming for. Our solution is simple: load one shell, fire one shot. We keep the tactical realism, but we've optimized it to feel better in your hands.
We built a special response system for single-shell reloads. As soon as one shell is loaded, you can interrupt the animation and shoot. Also, when the system responds to your input, it won't play any extra animations. Instead, your character immediately fires or aims. This keeps the shotgun's unique combat edge intact.
In a hero shooter, guns and skills are supposed to work as one. In some cases, that single moment where you aim and use a skill could decide the outcome of a fight.
Some skills or tactical actions only occupy the left hand. Naturally, you'd still want to shoot or aim during that time. So we designed the system to let the left and right hands operate independently, ensuring the smooth and uninterrupted gameplay.
Take this animation as an example. By default, your character holds the weapon with both hands. But once the system detects a left-hand action, the left hand leaves the weapon to perform that action, while the right hand switches to a one-handed weapon pose. What you'll see is the character casting a skill with one hand while aiming or shooting with the other. For example, Phantom uses her left-hand trap skill to limit enemy movement, while Michelle locks onto enemy positions with her scanning skill. These skills help create an advantage in battle, setting up the perfect moment to finish the fight with a right-hand weapon strike. Even in more complex situations like ziplining, your left hand holds the line while your right hand can still aim, shoot, or even use skills.
We've also designed one-handed animations for actions like switching weapons or reloading. These animations can transition freely between two-handed and single-handed modes. That way, when one hand is occupied, your reload won't be interrupted. It simply continues with the other hand. This gives players more tactical flexibility.
Sure, fixing these practical issues is important, but what really makes a weapon system succeed are the little details that players might not be able to describe, but can always feel.
When working on FPP mode, fixing issues and improving features is only the beginning. We also care deeply about getting the details right. In that spirit, we introduced a damped spring system into both the character animation and the recoil mechanics. It makes holding and moving with weapons feel more fluid and intuitive. It also adds force and impact to each shot.
The damped spring system provides a breathing effect when idle, natural sway when turning the camera, and fluid transitions between states like walking and sprinting. The key is that these transitions feel organic. Instead of relying on preset animations, the system calculates movement and rotation in real time based on your current state and your target state. For example, if you suddenly stop moving, your weapon seamlessly returns to its resting position based on its current sway. This avoids the stiff, jerky motion that happens when the current pose doesn't match the starting pose of a preset animation.
This makes every movement feel more physically grounded and intuitive. Even if you stop suddenly while sprinting or turn the camera sharply, the animation stays connected.
Of course, no shooting system feels complete without powerful feedback. That's why we spent a lot of time tuning the recoil system to make every shot feel strong and satisfying.
For Hipfire, we focused on delivering heavy recoil and impact. For aiming down the sights, we prioritized precision and control, especially when firing multiple rounds in succession.
The same level of care went into designing hero skills. Skills must work well with character controls and gunplay, while also looking and feeling polished.
To ensure the quality, we don't jump straight into production after defining gameplay needs. Instead, we start with a rough animation layout, hand-drawn sketches or reference videos to explore the concept first. This layout then goes through team brainstorming, followed by multiple rounds of feedback and careful revision to refine the idea. Only once it's finalized does it become the foundation for animation, VFX, audio, and other assets. Everything is then brought together in the system to make sure each skill looks and feels perfect and responsive in action.
The real challenge, however, is making sure these carefully crafted skills still look great across all the complex situations in the game.
Our solution is a layered blending system that keeps skills visually consistent in all movement states. In third-person view, each skill includes 3 separate animation sets: full body, upper body, and one-handed. Whether it's the idle state, sprinting, sliding, or special movement skills like ziplining, all of these can be adapted using different versions of animation resources. By layering and blending these animations, character poses can be adjusted, allowing skills to be compatible with a variety of complex movement states.
What's more, we've made it possible for hero skills to visually interact with the gun system. Our goal is for heroes to have distinct and natural animation whether they're using a skill, holding a weapon, or doing both at once.
Take the hero Kuido's Gale Stride, for example. When this skill is activated, the character enters high-speed movement, and the gun animation changes from two-handed to one-handed. This is a good example of the left-right-hand separation in action. If the character is unarmed, Gale Stride uses a special sprint animation to enhance the sense of speed and make the movement feel more dynamic. When the player draws a weapon, it switches to a one-handed pose. This ensures that whether or not the character is holding a gun, the arm movement always looks natural.
And that's not the end. The first-person system in Farlight 84 marks a key milestone in our work, and there's more to come.
Whether it's the rhythm of reloading, the recoil of a certain weapon, or the timing of skill activation, if you have any thoughts, let us know in the comments. Every piece of feedback helps us make the game better.
A great shooting experience is always built together by both developers and players. That's why we're hoping to hear more from you and keep improving the feel of every shot.
We can't wait for every shooter fan out there to experience the fast, precise gunplay the game has to offer. Log in to claim your relaunch rewards, and we'll see you on the battlefield, Light Catchers.